Welcome to the semi-final elimination round of the EU bracket of the Star-Crossed Cup. It's Ciez and Siberian, who apparently his name is just a bunch of bars, but that is Siberian, versus Symbiosis and Run to the Sun. Run to the Sun and Symbiosis will be playing as the allies. We have double Soviets from them in the south base, and the map is Rails and Metal. And I believe Allstars, which is Run to the Sun and Symbiosis, were in the top bracket, so they had map pick, and Ciez and Siberian had faction pick thereafter. We'll have double combat engineer start from Run to the Sun over here. Symbiosis going with conscripts into tier 2, so probably starting out with a Maxim. Yep, there it is, and he's already chosen guard mode of coordination. Meanwhile, we have Kuba Wagon start from Ciez, moving it here towards the fuel, and also crushing some fences, and also crushing this house with a supply half-track, which we actually saw used against All-Stars in a very similar matchup by Jaeger, by Vipix in particular. Ciez is going to be copying that move from Vipix here in this game to deny that house to his enemy. Oh, you're right, I haven't covered the speed bar. Whoops. There we go. Much better. Thank you, JKP Ganders. Alright. Where was I? Symbiosis moving up here with his conscripts. Combat engineers also moving up from Run to the Sun. Ciez pretty much he's fending off a double team, and we actually saw All-Stars using a very similar strategy against Jaeger, where they double team pretty hard here on the right side, but it looks like they're not doing quite as hard. Run to the Sun only sending a combat engineer squad over to the right side this time, and dedicating the rest of his forces to various points on the map, and we'll actually see 4 combat engineers from Run to the Sun, I think. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4 combat engineers into a scout car. So he's changing up his build a little bit, and I've actually commented before, we saw this strategy in Beamer and Natural versus Slayers. YOLO Swag 420 Blaze It versus Slayers, and it didn't really work that well, but that was on Samoski Winter. We'll see if Run to the Sun can pull it off here. I commented on that video that I didn't really think it was that good of a 2v2 build, but I guess we'll see if that's really the case or not. Grenadiers catch these engineers planting mines, so Siberian's probably gonna sweep those up at some point. Wouldn't even be surprised if he's already purchasing a minesweeper in response. Yep, there it is. So he's gonna go sweep that up probably very soon. Combat engineers also get forced away. Meanwhile, the battle over here remains pretty heated. The Kuba Wagon actually got taken down, probably by the scout car. Yes, and the Allies have taken control of the fuel, but not this strategic point, and these Grenadiers seem to be chipping away at those conscripts. I think this engagement might go to these Grenadiers if a Maxim doesn't sort of reposition into a better way to actually suppress them. Because currently in that green cover, I think they'll be okay. Grenadiers moving up to fight these engineers here. I think they'll win that. So Run to the Sun not having that much success with his combat engineers start here. Although he certainly has plenty of repair power for his scout car. Probably quite a bit of manpower savings as well, allowing him to get a sniper. So his screening troops are certainly very cheap. And hopefully he'll be able to make good use of that sniper there. And we also see Mechanized Support Doctrine being chosen by Run to the Sun. So no big surprises. No big surprises from them. Siberian actually hasn't chosen his doctrine yet, but he is going with his standard 4 Grenadier opening, although I believe the mortar is not his usual next purchase. So we'll see if he can make good use of that. He is, of course, up against Soviet Tier 2, so I can definitely see it getting some good kills. Conscripts moving up. Sniper also taking shots at the Grenadiers here.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Grenadiers being forced away.
We are losing a sector. Our headquarters has been improved. We can now build light mechanized infantry.
Stern Pioneers also being upgraded with a minesweeper here, so both CS and Siberian both have a minesweeper. That was redundant, I said both twice. Ooh, and they take a really unfortunate retreat path. Instead of circling around toward the north, they're going to go into the road here. Symbiosis, or Run to the Sun, fails to block their pathing, but actually I think the sniper just wiped the final squad member on retreat there. So much for that Stern Pioneer squad. And his Kubel died. 6 minutes into the game, he's really behind, actually. That is not a good start for him.
You guys, listen to me if you want to live. The enemy is taking our territory.
But there is a battle group headquarters up here. We'll give some healing to Siberian's Grenadiers.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Finally, the Allies have managed to make somewhat of a push over here. Mines going down there. Conscripts also moving up to grab the fuel, and they're pretty unopposed. Just some Minesweeper Pioneers moving to counter. They're not going to do much.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Starting to get upgraded with LMGs. He can afford another one. Probably going to be getting it soon. Ooh! That grenade almost wipes those combat engineers, but not quite.
Grenadier squad at full strength. Ivan! And he shoots as bad as he smells!
Siberian taking up a position in the house here, and he also is hitting the field with a 222, and we'll also see Panzer Fusiliers from Ciez. Well, the 222 auto really gets way too close to those conscripts, maybe even an intentional bait of that anti-tank grenade. That looked intentional, as he drove in close enough to take the damage and then immediately backed away. He certainly wasn't making any attempt to kite them. And he will be able to get that repaired. Yeah, I think that was intentional, because he has Pioneers immediately in range, just bleeding his opponent's munitions. Snipers continuing to hover and look for targets. They actually haven't been all that effective yet. 10 kills. 10 kills at the 8-minute mark, not bad. It's okay. And they actually did wipe a Stern Pioneer squad, so that, of course, is important. Pretty significantly sized blob moving up over here on the left, pushing away those conscripts. They will be able to retake control of the left side finally, but losing control of their half of the resources essentially is kind of crippling the Axis economy a little bit here. So they're going to fall a little bit behind. There is already a 222 on the field. Half track also moving up. It's kind of delaying the Axis stuff though. Spare Panzer HQ being constructed here. He does have 50 fuel for looks though, so I mean, whenever this completes, he could get a looks, I guess, but it's gonna be like a 10-minute looks, maybe even later. It won't be like that great. So he may just consider holding out for Panther, or even rushing a Yagd. I don't know. We'll see what he decides to do. Folks Grenadiers moving across south here, but they're sort of running straight into these two snipers. Not sure what he's hoping to accomplish here. Panzer Fusiliers are moving up on this side, forcing a retreat from that Maxim, although I don't really think that Maxim had to retreat with two snipers here. Ooh. Oh, main gun destroyed. That was lucky. That was lucky. That should have been a dead scout car. What's that Grenadier squad doing? There it goes. No, it just got wiped on retreat by combat engineers. Ouch. Maxim moving up. Sniper's also moving up. We've also had some harassment all the way up to the strategic point here on the right side by Run to the Sun's combat engineers. He's really all over the map with those things, which is really all he can do with them since they're not that combat capable. They're not that combat incapable either, though, as we just saw they wiped a Grenadier squad on retreat, which is certainly more than rear echelon troops will ever do.
back to full strength.
Infantry attacking in force! Grenadiers ready.
Shoe mine going down. Axe is kind of struggling here. They're getting bled really poorly. Maybe pushing a little bit over aggressively for this munitions point, when really maybe they should have just focused on defending their territory. Because now this allied counterattack is going to be quite difficult to stop. Although fortunately the Schwer Panzer HQ is certainly going to be helpful. There is a Lux on the field, 10 minutes and 30 seconds. There's already a field gun in position here. Yeah, so it's not going to do anything crazy. But it should help, certainly give those snipers something to fear. And as far as Soviet mines, have one here. I don't know, I don't really see very many. Have one here. So there's a few mines, which will make it dangerous if that looks to push. Of course, he has his minesweeper is dead, so he's going to kind of be relying on his teammate to sweep. Make sure the way is clear, and it looks like he is moving it up. Oh, field gun moves into position. That's actually another field gun. That's Run to the Sun's field gun. This one is Symbiosis. So they both have a field gun. That's going to force the Lux back. Meanwhile, some light harassment over here on the right. Looks like the conscripts were sufficient to push away those Panzer Fusiliers. We actually have a bunker going up here from Siberia, and I don't know how long that's going to survive against those two field guns, though, depending on what the Allies choose to do. They're pushing pretty hard for the left side. Probably a good call, considering the fortifications over here. I don't know. A bunker is certainly easier to take out than the Schwer HQ. Maybe the Schwer HQ is higher priority, and they may have enough firepower to take on that position. This mortar may make things difficult, though, depending on how Siberian chooses to use it. Maxim is suppressing some grenadiers over here. I'm probably going to get forced away. It looks like he's trying to crawl in range for a rifle grenade. Or maybe he's just waiting for his 222 to arrive to support. Yeah, there's not really anything over here to defend against the 222 except for a squad of conscripts, so it may force that Maxim away. Scout car has been repaired, and guards are also moving their way up. Combat engineers moving up the left side into this trench.
Enemy infantry!
Regimental headquarters advised. Panzer Fusiliers are ready for action.
More reinforcements happening here. And another shot from the field gun lands on the Lux there. He needs to be really careful with it now. Hasn't gotten that many repairs up on it yet.
Ready to move.
Certainly getting pushed. There's really no chance of it harassing those snipers with those field guns getting these shots off. And the Axis are having no traction over here on the right side either. Katyusha firing, probably right here. Oh no, right here. On the mortar. Good thing it didn't fire on the battle group headquarters, or it could have had like one devastating rocket even. So that is tier 4 from Symbiosis. No high-tech constructed by Run to the Sun. Not sure if he's going to get high-tech. May just save up for ISU, but he might bridge the gap with the T-34. Who knows? Probably not. He's got 250 fuel, so if he was going to, he probably would have by now. Panzer Fusiliers moving up the left side. They're probably going to catch this field gun here. I don't know if that's going to get away. There's a Maxim moving up to support. Oh, there's also another Maxim here, and 2 snipers. Yeah, I guess it'll be fine. Oh, that scout car is actually, I think it was trying to push those Fusiliers, but that maneuver really did not work out at all. There's also a pack up, so no main gun destroyed for it that time, that's for sure. Lux takes it out in the pack. Follows up. Oh no, engine destroyed. Nice mine, engine destroyed. It's kind of annoying that it got engine destroyed, but if I'm being honest, it would not have gotten away, even with engine damaged. Plus that this shot just missed, so maybe it cancels out anyway. In fact, it missed twice. I don't know. Now that I missed twice, maybe I would have gotten away with engine damage. Now I missed 3 times. Now I probably definitely would have gotten away with engine damage. There it goes. Abandoned. Wow. I don't know. I can't decide if that was a really lucky looks or a really unlucky one. Maxims are laying a lot of fire down on these Folks Grenadiers, though. And Symbiosis just opted to destroy that, but, well, I guess there was a pack there. Nobody was going to be able to take that. So even without all of the randomness, there would still be a dead looks right there. Pretty much no matter what. 2-2-2 moving up here. Conscript's kind of screening a little bit. It can't get all that close. And they are in green cover, so... Mortar falling, though. Dealing some damage. Katyusha also firing right here. Dealing massive damage to this tree. But not much else yet. Not the greatest barrage. I've definitely seen better Katyusha barrages. Meanwhile, an MG42 is pretty much pushing everything over here. CS is actually pushing some stuff back over here, and the battle lines just really aren't changing. They're not changing at all. Nobody's really pushing like that hard. Everyone's just kind of maintaining for the last like 8 minutes or so ever since the Allies lost this area. A little back and forth for like stuff over here, but pretty clear battle lines this game. And CS is going with his 3 Volks, 3 Panzer Fusilier build. Certainly has worked against this team before, but not having the same success with it this game that he had in the past, on low farmlands that is. Really struggling against this Maxim screen. Especially with these supporting snipers. They're up to 18 and 26 kills. Wow, okay. Their kills are really starting to shoot through the roof. And against Panzer Fusiliers and Folks Grenadiers, I guess that's no surprise. Katyusha moving up to try and take a slightly more close-range shot. As you can see, only 4 kills after 2 barrages. Not very good. Not really very good at all. Although I guess it destroyed the bunker somehow. That's a new squad of Stern Pioneers for CS almost getting taken out again. That would have been devastating to lose both. Ooh.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
High explosive barrage being fired on those Grenadiers seems almost like a little bit of a waste. Well, definitely a waste considering it got like 0 damage inflicted hitting that truck. Grenadiers with LMGs moving up versus 2 conscript squads. Grenade going out. Ooh, with the grenade kind of goes a little long. They're going to be forced away. Katyusha is firing once again. Right here. He keeps targeting the mortar. Unfortunately, the Soviets don't have that great vision, so that it can't actually see these giant blobs moving around, like just barely behind enemy lines. But if they knew about those blobs, they would just be crushing them. S-mines right here. Run to the Sun fails to quite sweep it up in time. Folks Grenadiers circling around. 2-2-2 continuing to harass. I don't know where the field gun is. There it is. It's just outside the arc of fire. Conscripts grabbing this victory point as well. But a stolen Maxim is actually moving up here. I didn't even see Siberian steal that. But apparently he has a Maxim. He's also getting some reinforcements up on this mortar, probably. Actually, is he even close enough? Yeah, he is. It's a pretty big reinforce radius, actually. And there's a Panther on the field from Siberian. Wow, so that means he fast-teched tier 4, I think. Well, not fast, he got packs. But he did not go tier 3, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So quite a bit of a fuel investment from Siberian to bring that on the field, and that means he's not saving up for Tigers or anything. But he's actually going to go with a non-doctrinal Panther. And he hasn't chosen a commander yet. He might even be thinking about Tiger Ace. Tiger Ace is just one of those commanders you can always go, even if you spend a ton of fuel, because you don't need fuel to call in the Tiger Ace. So he might be thinking about that. I don't know. I feel like if he were going to go Tiger Ace, he would have used troop training on the Panther by now. So he might be thinking about close air support. Definitely not Spearhead. I would be really surprised to see Spearhead. Well, I think he's going to go close air support this game, but I'm not certain about that. Panzer Fusiliers wipe that conscript squad on retreat. Maxim also being forced to retreat. Full retreat here. In fact, if CS chases, he can probably steal that Zis. I definitely think he could steal that Zis. I don't know why he's not chasing though. What is he doing? Chase that Zis, guard! Don't let it get away. Katyusha firing. Oh, it's so off. That was a terrible Katyusha barrage. That wasn't even close. What was that even aimed at? Alright, he's gonna get it. Yeah, he's gonna get that, no problem. Siberian moving up to...
They're killing us all! Enemy troops are taking! Engine damage!
Ooh, AT grenade lands on this Panther. We actually have CS taking pretty much all the territory here on the right side. Axis looking really good for themselves now. That being said, none of the heavy Soviet units have hit the field yet. If we take a look, Run to the Sun is at 10 command points, needs 2 more to start bringing in ISUs, and if we look at Symbiosis, he has the command points, just not the fuel, because of his Katyusha. Oh, and the Soviets actually managed to prevent CS from stealing that field gun because he took kind of a weird path. I'm not sure why he was bringing it up around this side when he could have taken it on a much safer route. Molotov forces a retreat from those Volksgrenadiers. I'm not sure why those Panzer Fusiliers retreated. I guess he just didn't want to take any further harassment from those snipers. But the Panther does clear the field gun. Well, not clear it, but destroy it entirely. Meanwhile, not much action over here, really. West side is really only defended by Grenadiers and a 222, so even kind of a half-hearted push over here would probably succeed. The Allies kind of need to prioritize their half of the map at the moment, trying to retake the right side. More anti-tank grenades being thrown at the Panther, but with no units to follow up, it just feels like a waste of munitions to me. Like, what's that accomplishing? I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know. Katyusha firing? Oh, he's possibly doing it to bait repairs under a Katyusha barrage. So that actually kind of makes sense now. Ooh, and it worked. Getting some pretty good bleed on those Sternpyos. Molotov going out on the Maxim there. Does manage to reposition without taking any casualties. The mortar continuing to do pretty respectable damage. 20 kills, yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. And Vet 2 will be Vet 3 very soon. CS's infantry continues to be a pretty impenetrable wall over here. Maxims just aren't cutting it. Snipers also continuing to just be devastating. That's 60 kills now, I think, roughly 60 something. And that's going to be close air support, I believe. Yep. Suka anti-infantry strafe getting called in. And that's... I think that's going to loiter, right? I guess I can't actually remember if that loitered. No, it doesn't. I don't know why that has like a really long looking timer thing, but okay. And there's the ISU. Things are now going to get pretty difficult for the Axis. I think that the reason Siberian has gone close air support here is because he wants to spam medium tanks so that he can outmaneuver the ISU. I think he's trying to build to counter the ISU, but it's going to be hard to outproduce it with Panthers because he has such a slow start taking all the way to Austria Tier 4. And, this is his second Panther hitting the field now. So hopefully that'll be enough. But, I don't know. And this ability transfers fuel to munitions, so that's not really helpful for trying to outproduce ISUs. And of course, I mean, I don't think the anti-tank strafe is going to do much. They're not, like, super maneuverable, but, it's pretty easy to dodge. I think even an ISU can dodge it. So, we'll see if we can make it work. He also has to try and contend with, 2 T-3485, so CS is going to need to field a little more anti-tank of his own. If we take a look, he doesn't seem to be planning on bringing Panthers of his own to the field. I think he's going to go straight for Jagd Tiger. I hope that works. I guess we'll see. Allies are now pushing up towards the middle with the ISU and hasn't really done anything yet. I don't know why he's keeping it so far back. It is firing, actually. Never mind. So it's in a decent location. T-3485s. Oh, wipe that Grenadier squad. And he's got to be careful with his Panthers because of the T-3485s and the field guns. Really, they haven't cleared enough of the Soviet support weapons to be able to make a crazy push against the ISU. Plus, there's guards on the field. They probably have a button. Just got to be really careful. Still, depending on positioning, that could be a very decisive engagement for either side at this point, I think. But the Axis really needs CS to call in. Yeah, there we go, a Jagdtiger. So we'll see if he can make good use of that. I'm curious whether he'll prioritize the T-3485s or the ISU. And that was nowhere close. That was not even remotely close. Yeah, that's just a terrible ability. I don't even understand that strafe, to be honest. I don't understand how you're supposed to hit anything with that isn't like immobilized. I don't know. Oh, stupid bombing run just got called in on the Katyusha as it was firing. And it's alive. It just got a destroyed engine. That was like a lucky crit. I can't believe that just survived that. Wow, that is really unlucky for Siberian there, that he spent that much munitions and it survived that. Wow. Panthers moving across the right. And I think Panthers are the right call here, but again, he has to be really careful with them. He has to use them perfectly. For one thing, I think I would stop trying to move over there and try and figure out some opportunities over here on the left, which has a, I don't know, less field guns. There's 3 field guns over here. The left side has the ISU. And there's a field gun on the flank, but again, they have to be careful about mines as well. Another Stuka bomb strike is being called in somewhere. I missed it. I don't know where it was. I have no idea what that was targeted on. Over here, maybe? Something. I don't know. I have no idea what that was aimed at. Ooh. Let's check the ISU. Oh, maybe. I think it must have hit the ISU. Actually, those could be Jagdtiger shots. So yeah, I still don't know. The ISU actually only has 4 kills, which it just got just now. So not doing that great. I'm not sure why he's positioning it over here, where it's got to shoot through all of these shot blockers and stuff. I guess there's not that many options for him. There's shot blockers all over this map, so unlike Vo Farmlands, where I could just have a field day and just wipe squads every 3 shots. He's actually kind of struggling in this game. Siberian continuing to call in his planes. Not really hitting all that much stuff though. And he actually used this redistribute resources ability, so he really wants to keep calling in these bomb strikes, try and blast the
We are losing a sector.
the ISU, I guess. Oh, that was a concentrated barrage, I think, from the Katyusha there, which wipes that machine gun out. Jagdtiger hasn't taken any damage yet. Has been a pretty good deterrent to the Katyushas. Ooh, Stuka bomb strike gets accident. He was aiming for the tanks, but it looks like they reversed away just in time. Conscripts, or whatever that was, get wiped. Grenadiers have to retreat though. Sib continues to micro his Panthers here. I actually almost think that maybe the Stuka bombing strikes should be targeting field guns. The vehicles are clearly too mobile. His opponent is a little too good, I think, to be trying to hit his vehicles. Jeez, every shot penetrating on that Panther though. Hopefully they'll be able to at least trade. Yeah, one T-3485 goes down, but I think Sib kind of loses in that trade. T-3485s are a lot more spammable than Panthers are, especially with Sib using redistribute resources to trade fuel. So that's not good. That's extremely not good. It was not going to have a new Panther anytime soon. Yag Tiger shooting at the ISU, forcing it to... Oh, crew dazed on the Yag Tiger. It's also marked. Still massive damage going out on the ISU. It has to pull back. I don't know if he'll chase. No. He can't afford to. Not marked. Not that low. He needs to repair. ISU also needs repairs. 222 actually catches these snipers so out of position. Look at that. He might wipe that guard squad. Ooh, nice button by a defending guard squad though. Unfortunately, he has to pull away. If that guard squad hadn't been there, he could have taken like a really serious loss. Whoa. Wow, a Soviet mine actually just got detonated by that ISU shot. Somehow that scout car is dodging like all the Soviet mines, just miraculously. I can't even believe it just made it home alive.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Panther doing what it can over here. Stolen field gun, taking like pretty heavy casualties. This T-34 is falling pretty low. Panther doesn't want to chase though. He really has to be super careful with that second one after losing that first one. I mean, that was already a blow he couldn't afford. Pack moving up under Panther support, but I don't know if it's enough to stop these conscripts with their LMG. Maybe with some lucky mortar rounds. Diaz is moving up Panzer Fuselage to support. Katyusha continues to barrage the mortar. Or maybe he just fired blind, because that's not really hitting anything. Victory points kind of favoring the Allstars right now. I don't know. This is gonna be hard for Ciaz and another concentrated barrage on that MG, which actually destroys the weapon entirely. He's really just focusing down team weapons with his Katyusha. He's not even worrying about the infantry blobs. He's just focusing down the mortar. Barrages the mortar and precision strikes the machine guns. Interesting choice. Yag Tiger gets another shot off on that ISU. Every one of those shots is just devastating. He's getting a little bold with his Yag Tiger there, though. I guess he can afford to. Things have gotten pretty quiet in this area. There's not really any team weapons left, although there's still a pretty decent anti-tank screen over here on the right, which is why I really think Siberian should just rotate his Panther over to the left. And just help Ciaz over here. Try and get off a flank on the Katyusha or the ISU or something, I don't know. His attempts to take this victory point just aren't working. Strafe coming in on these conscripts. They might get out of the area in time though. Oh, nope, there it goes. Yag Tiger's gonna reposition. There's not really anything shooting at it, but I guess he just doesn't feel comfortable. Now that he sort of senses the Soviet push coming, he would rather just be farther back, I guess. This ISU is actually kind of circling around the left now. Meanwhile, guards managed to wipe the defending Grand Squad in the trench. They can't really leave the trench to themselves, though, without getting wiped out by these Panzer Fusiliers, so they're not really going to be able to take the victory point. Katyusha barrage finally going off on the blob here in the middle. I guess they'll survive, barely. I think Ciaz is kind of a little bit lucky that those Panzer Fusiliers didn't take more damage. Meanwhile, more healing happening here at the battle group headquarters. Panther also just continues to sit over here. ISU shot gets deflected. A lot of AT grenades bouncing on the Panther frontal armor, but like, again, I'm not really sure why he keeps doing that. There's not really anything to follow up on those AT grenades, just sort of draining his munitions. That being said, he has no shortage of munitions. Symbiosis has 400 in the bank. I'm surprised he's not throwing out more marked vehicles. More guards with DPs, more buttons, more mines even. It's quite a lot of munitions float.
We have the point secured, but the enemy wants it back!
Yag Tiger's taking shots at that ISU, I think, although he doesn't have vision, so he might be using attack ground. Yeah, I think he's using attack ground, which is why he keeps hitting the ground. Panther getting repaired. There's a second ISU over here. I think the Axis are feeling really boxed in. That being said, I feel like CS is being so conservative with his Yag Tiger. I don't understand why he doesn't just drive up and force that ISU away. A Yag Tiger beats an ISU one-on-one quite easily. I think really the main thing is vision. The main thing is vision. They don't really have a way to provide recon or anything. And if you try and screen with infantry, you kind of risk like losing a ton of squads. So unless you want to like drive into vision range with the Yag Tiger, which can be a risky proposition, it's actually that's really the hardest part of using the Yag Tiger to take out an ISU. That Panzer Fusilier squad almost gets wiped by a Molotov there. Some conscripts are getting suppressed by a Maxim. Yag Tiger's repositioning pretty hard left. Should be able to hit that ISU from there should it reveal itself.
The enemy is taking what we have secured. Reconnaissance Stuka, fueled and ready to fly. Pioneers reporting objective captured.
I guess Siberian could recon the ISUs, but it's just a quick recon pass, so it'll only give the Yag Tiger one shot. I feel like 30 munitions is kind of a lot to spend just to get one shot off. Ooh, but just look at that damage. Just look at it, it's crazy. Yag Tiger just does massive damage to ISUs, and now a pretty serious blob is moving up over here on the left, and as soon as Siberian moves up to support, look how hard the ISU has to just run away. I think the Panthers would actually be the perfect screening unit to give vision to the Yag Tiger, and in fact, if he were to go in hard with a flank on that ISU with those two Panthers right now, I don't think there's really anything over here that could stop him. Of course, Symbiosis would rotate some forces over, but I think they would kill it, no problem. So I'm kind of surprised at not being a little more aggressive where they sense their enemy might be weak. I mean, these allied tanks certainly have to be very careful too. Katyusha going up. Oh my, oh okay. It's still alive. For a second I thought another gun got destroyed. Grenadiers trying to pull off some kind of miracle over here, but I don't think it's gonna happen. There they go. Ooh, Soviet bombing run just got called in. I think it might have hit that Panther a little bit, but nothing catastrophic. Guards moving up, trying to give vision, I guess? No, not really. ISU's getting repaired. Not sure what he's trying to accomplish there. Oh, vision for the other ISU. Getting a little suicidal though. Okay, there they go. Conscripts also forced away in the middle. VPs continue to go back and forth, although the Axis are still behind by about 100 points.
Reinforcements complete.
I guess that did a little to that ISU, but it almost looked like it hit that shack more than anything. He didn't even really make any attempts to move that.
The enemy is taking our territory. The territory is out of contact.
Yag Tiger backing up from a Maxim.
The new Grenadier squad is ready. It's done.
Actually, while it was dazed, it lost vision of the ISU there. Oh! Oh! That ISU just killed that whole Maxim squad. Did you see that? That's 4 friendly kills.
Stuka ready to strafe enemy troops.
Ouch. Siberian kind of struggling a little over here on the right side. Ciez doesn't seem to be making any effort to hold the right side, even though he's in the right base. So Siberian's kind of doing what he can with Grenadiers. He's actually firing a rifle grenade over the shed. Ooh, not bad. I might get that full squad. Lots of craters with little yellow cover spots, though, so does make it away. ISU continues to fire away. This one's up to 18 kills, and that one's up to 16, so not nearly, actually, not even nearly as bad as his snipers, I don't think. 46 kills on that one. The other one's dead, so I'm not sure, but if it would have probably had like 30 something by now. So the snipers, I mean, obviously the snipers are hitting the field a lot earlier. Yeah, ISUs, but they haven't been that bad so far this game. Certainly not as bad as the last game that they had to face one and it had like 60 kills or something by the end of the game. Stupid bomb strike being called in. Oh, that was a good one. He took my advice and decided to start targeting the AT guns. Very nice. They've actually all been repositioned here towards the middle. He had 4, which is a lot of AT guns. Now he's got 2. This one will probably get recruited though. Panther's taking quite a bit of fire from those remaining 2 field guns though, and they have to pull back. Gag Tiger's actually up to vet 2 though, and it's keeping those ISUs pretty reined in. Once again, I'm semi-surprised that Siberian hasn't flanked around a hard left. Could probably take out this. I know that there's some mines over here, so they would have to do a little bit of sweeping up first, but... Oh, that one just got taken out. Ouch. By the Ag Tiger, I guess, yeah. I didn't realize it was so low. This one's a half. I think it can only take about 2 Yak Tiger shots. The range is so long, I can barely even see the engagements happening. Oh, assault artillery got called in that sector. I'm not sure that's gonna hit anything, really. That one's falling way too low. He has to pull back. This T-34 is also gonna take like a ton of damage, probably. If the Egg Tiger fires again. I guess not. It's too far away now. I don't know, it's going pretty well for the Axis. If they can keep this up, one ISU's down. This one's like severely wounded. Why is CS pulling back? What is he afraid of? What's gonna happen? Just kill that thing. Oh, he's marked. Okay. Just waiting for that to wear off, I suspect. Molotov goes off on some Grenadiers here. Looks like that's gonna go to those conscripts. He's gonna have to retreat. Meanwhile, over here, snipers and guards are moving up. Yeah, there's Siberians, Panthers. At least these 2 are still alive. His original one's dead, but things are going pretty well. He needs a little bit more repair power. CS has 1 Stern Pile Squad. They do have the support package, but they're not Vet 3. Still, certainly good to have. Siberian trying to crush. Gets quite a few, actually, not bad. Activating Blitz. And he's at... Cia's just got a 2nd Ag Tiger? I'm not sure I agree with that decision. That seems like... I feel like that's a mistake, personally. I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll work. I guess we'll see. Mark target going off on the Ag Tiger again, I think. From, yeah, from Symbiosis on the Ag Tiger, and we have a perfect flank by the C-3485s. Oh no. That is not good. And he keeps getting stuck. He keeps getting days locked. That bombing run's gonna take him out for sure. Yeah, there he goes. That Panther's not doing too much better either. Siberian kind of struggling a little bit. But that one's micro in the with all these obstacles in the area. Jeez, that went terribly. That went really terribly for them. They just lost that Yak Tiger and Panther. This Panther's now going to chase, activating Blitz. Should be able to at least take out this tank here. Yep, there it goes. Some weird pathing from these 2 as well, but ultimately they're going to be forced back. Well, Well, I'm not sure what happened there. Apparently this ISU got main gun destroyed, so I don't know what tried to get a killing blow on that. Probably the Yag Tiger, I guess. I don't know, I missed it. Whatever hit it though didn't destroy it, unfortunately, so that's a stroke of bad luck for the Axis. Really bad luck, in fact, because they kind of needed to trade that. In fact, I didn't even realize that would have been a pretty okay trade actually if the Yag Tiger had gone down, or if the ISU had gone down, but it didn't. So that's not good. But yeah, I'm not. I don't know what actually inflicted that.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Probably a Yag Tiger shot, I guess. There is another Yag Tiger on the field, so hopefully the Axis will be able to hold their own against the ISUs, at least for a while. If we take a look at Run to the Sun, he's got 500 fuel. He can just keep calling those in. The only reason he hasn't been is just manpower and PopCap. In fact, I'm surprised we haven't seen more. I guess his infantry army is still a little too big. He has 2 field guns, 2 snipers, 2 guards, so yeah, he can't just spam ISUs. Panzer Fusiliers forcing away these guards on the left. Conscripts doing what they can here in the middle, but a strafe is getting called in. And the guards will be forced to retreat. Panzer Fusiliers over here also being forced to retreat. Continue to be very light engagements here on the right. Symbiosis has pretty much rotated his entire forces away. It looks like these conscripts will win against those grenadiers, though. Although there's more infantry moving up to support. Rifle grenade also going out. Looks like that missed, though. No, it got 2 models. Not sure what that field gun's doing. It's gonna go down. T-34-85s also continue to defend the flank. Ciez needs to move those. Barely. I think it'll get away. Katyusha firing. Ooh, on the field gun with another concentrated barrage to destroy it entirely. And another one on this field gun, just a regular barrage hoping to destroy the gun, I guess. And force away more Panzer Fusiliers. And I really cannot believe that those Katyushas haven't been hunted down. See, Siberian went Panthers. He went Panthers and he never even tried. Never even tried to get behind enemy lines. Certainly not many opportunities to do so over here on the right with his field guns everywhere, but on the left I think there's more than ample opportunities. I think so anyway, I don't know. I know that there were some mines sprinkled. But he did it with his 222. He did it with his 222, but never with his Panthers, and his 222 pulled it off pretty well. The only reason it had to pull back was because of a button. But I think 2 Panthers probably could have made something happen, especially before the second column of T-34-85s. Kind of a missed opportunity there. Field gun firing on stuff, but it gets cleared like instantly. The remaining Vet 2 Panther should be able to perform pretty well though. The Vet 2 armor bonus is certainly extremely helpful. Yag Tiger also firing on the approaching armor. This Katyusha has 57 kills. I think that Katyusha is going to end up being way more of a killer than the ISUs this game. I don't know, it's going to be close. ISU's got 30, and the other one probably had a few kills before it died too. Of course, the Katyusha hits the field much earlier, and fires much less frequently, and is a lot more fragile. That field gun committed suicide. Those guards aren't going to last a whole lot longer, but he just needs to spread out. Oh no! Oh geez, that was close. Conscripts fail to take the middle. Guards are going to try, but I don't know what they're going to do under that kind of suppression. MG-42 firing on them with guards screening, also preventing capping. They're just going to be forced to retreat. Meanwhile, up here, combat engineers actually fighting grenadiers. I think that the Soviets will win this. Supporting conscripts. Yeah, Siberian's going to have to retreat that squad. Retreat that squad. Retreat that squad. There he goes. Nope. Too late. Why does Ciez insist on standing his squads on top of each other like this? There's an ISU over there. Stop doing that. Oh, jeez. 36 kills now. Plane getting called in. That's a strafe, I think. Doesn't really do anything. Yeah, close air support not really working out all that well. Some of the Stuka dive bombs have been good. If I were Siberian, I would save all the munitions for dive bombs. I don't think the strafes are doing like anything. Certainly not in that case. More dazed, just dazed every day. That is probably the Yag Tiger's biggest weakness, the fact that it gets dazed on some bomb deflections. It leaves it so vulnerable to bombing runs, especially on narrow maps like this. If a plane comes in from like the side or diagonally or something. Katyusha firing on some infantry on the right side. They all retreat. ISU, new ISU actually, moving up here in the middle. The Yag Tiger is marked. It's marked and it's so low. And it moves so slowly on craters too, actually. So if you Katyusha the area around a Yag Tiger, it's even slower. Assault artillery getting called in on this sector, but again, I actually think that is the worst artillery in the game. I don't understand why people use that ability. It does almost literally nothing. And it's so ridiculously expensive. 200 munitions to do that. I mean, what did that accomplish? It didn't do anything. Ooh, engine damaged on the that T-3485. That's pretty much dead. I don't think there's going to be any escape for it. I think that these Panzer Fusiliers actually, yeah, they caught it with an anti-tank rifle grenade as it was trying to pass by. Nice use of that anti-tank rifle grenade, and nice to see that it actually worked for once, because more often than not it just phases into non-existence. Oh, jeez. Barely escapes. Very lucky to get away with that squad. Victory point's starting to get pretty close. Stick a bomb strike coming in on the VP itself, forcing away those combat engineers. Katyusha forcing away the machine gun now. Grenadiers also getting picked off by the sniper, in fact. This is the new sniper, which actually has 20 kills now, and I guess the old one is dead. Yeah, it is. They got it somehow. Panzer Fusiliers are really struggling against those that ISU, which is up to 43 kills, the other one at 11, the Katyusha at 68 kills. Good God. This one at 32. That's almost 100 kills. 100 kills on Katyushas. So these things have been just way more devastating than the ISUs, honestly. Way worse. And yet, still no attempt to go hunt them down. This Panther's too wounded to do so right now. It's probably too dangerous with 2 ISUs there. Anyway, I don't know. I think if he blitzed around the left side, he could catch this one. He could definitely catch that one. And probably get away. I just can't believe they haven't even tried. Just no attempt. They're just hurling their units at this front line now, trying to get the victory points under control. And like I said before, that's why I don't think a second Yag Tiger was a good decision either. If Ciez had gone with a Puma, or Panthers of his own, who knows how the game would be going right now, taking out those Katyushas. It's just so important. I feel like they had tunnel vision on the ISUs. They knew the ISUs were coming, and they kind of just tunnel visioned themselves into just, oh, we're just going to counter those and not worry about any of the other Soviet units on the field. I don't know. Oh. ISU firing on everything that's just blobbing towards the center victory point at this point. Pretty desperate charge for VPs at this point. Axis very quickly running out, only 25 remaining. This looks like a last desperate final charge. Everything dying. Egg Tiger also down to half health. Squad's getting wiped left and right by Katyusha barrages. 21 points remaining. And still the Allies are taking all 3 VPs now. And that's the surrender. That's it. So Allstars will win Game 1. And, wow, that was a long one. Alright. That's it. And now we're going to go into just like a quick few minute break while I load up the next replay, and then we're going to go into Game 2. This is the elimination round of the semifinals of the EU bracket. The prize pool right now is $87. So the winners of the tournament will take $87 each, I should say, in addition to their free copy of Ardennes Assault. So please take a moment to donate if you feel so inclined. And I am matching every donation dollar for dollar, and the tournament winners will be taking winner take all.